Hello everyone and welcome to this video of accounting education. In our earlier video about debits and credits, we talk in details about both terms, what they actually means, and what is their impact on each account, and how you can decide about the nature of the account. This video on the other hand will help you to decide if you should pass debit entry or credit entry. In order to decide about which entry to pass, we need to think about the following. What is the transaction which is under consideration? What are the accounts which are being involved? And what is the nature of those accounts? Understanding that transaction will help us to know about its impact and what is the value of that impact. For each accounting transaction, at least two accounts are being impacted. One is debit account and another one is credit account. Both debit impact and credit impact are equal to each other and offsetting each other. So for each accounting transaction, the total of the debit is equal to the total of the credit. Let's say, for example, we purchase some good with value of 100 on a credit. By analyzing this transaction, purchase goods, it means that we have an increase in our inventory, and it's happening on credit means that we have deferred payment, so our account payable got increased by 100 as well. So this entry is going to be, we are debiting inventory by 100 and crediting account payable by 100. And we can see that the debit is equal to the credit. Now let's say that we are having similar transaction. However, the payment was 50% in advance and 50% after 1 month. So this transaction will have three accounts involved. Purchase goods means an increase in inventory, 50% advance means decrease in cash, and 50% after 1 month increase in liability. So our entry is going to be debit inventory of 100, credit account payable of 50, and credit cash of 50. And we can see that the both totals of debits and credits is equal with each other. You may notice as well that earlier transaction had 2 accounts and this transaction had 3 accounts. Is there any constraint about the number of the accounts? The answer is no. Number of accounts actually does not matter. What matters is the total debit of one transaction is equal to the total of the credit. However, there should be at least 2 accounts, one is debit and another is credit. Now the important question is how we can know that we should pass debit entry or credit entry to a specific account. Why we pass debit entry to increase the inventory and we pass credit entry to increase the liability and again another credit entry to decrease the cash? The answer is we pass the entry based on the account nature. The general rule is when the account is having debit balance, debit entry will increase the balance and credit entry will decrease the balance. In the other hand, when the account is having credit balance, the credit entry will increase the balance and debit entry will decrease the balance. Now, how will we decide about the nature of the account we are looking at? We are having 2 groups of accounts, debit and credit. Debit accounts are including asset, which is the business resources, expense, which is the money paid by the business against goods or services, and dividend, which is the cash distributed to the shareholders. Credit accounts include liabilities, which is money owed to third party, equity, which is shareholder money, revenue, which is the money against sales or services provided by the business. Here we'll be talking about one technique to help us to remember each account belongs to which group. We know that we are having 2 groups and they are 3 by 3. And we will be holding to this information dearly. Dividend, expense, assets, revenue, liability, and equity. First 3 accounts are debits account. So if you want to record dividend, expense, or asset, or increase any one of them, you will pass debit entry. And the other 3 are the credit accounts. So if you want to record them or increase them, you will pass credit entry. And we are having our 3 by 3 groups. Hopefully this video was helpful in explaining when to pass debit entry and credit entry. If you like, please press thumb up and subscribe to the channel so you can receive similar videos.